I'm going to show the Darkness New Valhalla cluster starter deck. I'm going to try to make it all in one video, which I think I was just able to do for the blue one. So if this box cooperates and I can open it easily, I will do that. I think a lot of these have sold out by now. I hope they get reprinted en masse so that all players can have them. Every single box comes with these two things that are found in every Force of Will precon, a glossary, and then a basic description of how to build a deck. And then each deck has its own sheet with some sample decks. And I will show you what those sample decks are. The structure is very simple. There are 10 resonators, of which is a playset of each, and both sample decks, because you have two different rulers, share those 40 resonators, but then the runes are the ones that are different between the two rulers. Okay, so one being Lucifer and the other one being Psychart, the rabbit. Okay, so we're gonna go through and start putting the cards in their respective piles. Getting to be a little faster because this is the third one that I've done. Of course, the first one, the white one, ended up being 2 videos because I didn't know exactly how they all went. Now I do. So now it gets a little easier. Okay, so this is, so Lucifer is this one. Oh, it's very interesting, very interesting. So there's an error in the Darkness one where they put in the rabbit from white for the ruler, but we know that if it's not Lucifer, it's gonna be Lich. Okay, so we're gonna know that I'm using the little common sense that I have, and so that's wrong. That's not the white rabbit. Okay, so there's your rulers, and I'll discuss them in detail. I'm just showing them just because I'm putting them in piles, and then I'm gonna go through and separate the resonators from the runes and then go through the runes. Okay, these are secret rares. Then the 1-drops, then the stones, which are beautiful. The promo, which is the same one in all 3. You can pause it and read it. I'm not discussing it in these builds. So there's 4 regular stones, and then there's 8 foils. Okay, beautiful cards. Then these are some of the runes. I'll separate them now as soon as I finish with these piles. 3-drop, more runes. 1-drops, 2-drop, more 3-drops, a rune, more 1-drops, more 2-drops, and then more runes and the 4th secret rare. Perfect. Okay, so now these are the runes, and I'm going to separate them for which ones are unique to a ruler. Okay, so Putrefy is on Lich. Scythe of the Reaper is on Lucifer. Jet Black Wings is on both. Black Rosario Black Rosario is on Lucifer. Cycle of Death is on Lich. Demon Division is on Lucifer only. And then On Death is on Lich. Tears of the Fallen is on Lucifer. Sword of Lament is on Lich. Spectre Rush is on neither. Okay, there you go. So Spectre Rush is the one that they give you that is not in one of the sample decks, and you can think about mixing it into the deck. Okay, and what it does is put X 200 Darkness Spectre Resonator tokens with swiftness and precision into the field, where X is the number of J resonators your opponent controls. At the end of turn, remove them from the game. Nice trick. I really like it. Very good. It's an uncommon. Okay, so I'm going to go through the I'm going to go through Lucifer and his runes, and then I'm going to go through Lich and his runes, and then I'll go through the resonators. Okay, so same deal. It's got a high judgment cost, 5 instead of 3, which has been normal so far. And of course, they all have Divinity 10. They all have an Energize. Right. Then when you flip this dude, beautiful artwork as always. It's got an enter ability. Your opponent discards 3 cards. Nice. Very good effect. Got to do it at the right time because they have nothing to discard. You did nothing. Of course, your runes have to add up to 10. And in this case, they add up to 12. So you're not going to play one of these runes during the game. You're going to get to play 4 of them. Okay. The one that is shared, resonators your opponent controls, gain minus 600 until end of turn. So Jet Black Wings, which is a board wipe, is in both. Okay, then these are the ones for Lucifer. Your opponent discards a card at random. Search your deck for a card and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. Wonderful. A tutor effect. It should be in both. This is the master rune for this ruler. Your opponent banishes 2 resonators. Very good. Quick cast. Destroy target resonator with total cost 3 or less. Sorry that I went off camera there. I'm looking at the card instead of the viewer. Okay, so those are Lucifer's runes. Then Lich's runes. Of course, you have these add up to 9, and then you'd have 12, and you only have Divinity 10. So you're only going to play 4 of these. Destroy target J ruler, very good. So that's a moonbeam effect. Put target skeleton or zombie with total cost 3 or less from your graveyard into the field. So reanimation effect. This is the master rune for Lich. This turn, whenever a resonator you control is put into the graveyard from the field, your opponent banishes a resonator. That's pretty cool. Target a resonator at the end of next turn, destroy it. Pretty cool. So that's Lich. He's got a 3-drop judgment. That's very aggressive. And then when he flips, this guy is supposedly the best one of the lot of all of them. He's got Bane, which is really Death Touch. When it deals damage, it destroys it. Whenever a non-token Darkness Resonator you control, okay, is put into a graveyard from the field, put a 100 Darkness Skeleton Resonator token into the field. Yeah, nice. So basically every card that every resonator you lose in fighting or whatever tricks you want to use, when you sack it or when it battles, it gains you a 100 resonator, a token. Okay, so now let's just go through the resonators. We've got plenty of time because now this is the 3rd deck, so I'm all juiced up and I'm not going to run out of battery or fumble along about what the size of the deck should be and all that nonsense. A flyer. A 1-drop flyer, doesn't get any better than that for a 1-drop. a 1-drop with an enter ability. Your opponent reveals their hand. That's it. You just get to look at your opponent's hand. You don't do anything with that except just look at your opponent's hand. That's not bad. For a 2 additional, you can rescue this card from the graveyard. That's not bad. Skeleton. Let me see what tribe these guys were in. Fallen Angel, Human, and Zombie. Okay. When this card is put into a graveyard from the field, put a 100/100 Darkness Skeleton Resonator token into the field. That's great. Very good. Enter. Choose a number. Your opponent reveals a card from their hand at random. If the revealed card's total cost is equal to the chosen number, they discard it. This will never happen, but anyways, it's there. Beautiful artwork. Whenever this card attacks or blocks, it doesn't recover during your next recovery phase. So it's delayed. It's really strong, but it's a one-hit wonder. Then search your deck for a skeleton or zombie as an enter ability. It's a flyer. Very good. Very good for that as a flyer. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Fantastic card. This is really, really strong. It's a flyer that tutors when it enters. That is amazing. So it's kind of funny. The deck has some real lame resonators and some really good resonators. Barrier, chant, runes. So nobody can hit it with chant or runes. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Then your 2 secret rares. Vlad. It's a flyer, which is very good. They're both flyers. That's really, really good. Both flyers. So they have evasion. Banish a Resonator. This card gains drain until end of turn. Should have looked that one up, because I don't know what drain does. Banish another Resonator. Target J Resonator gains +200/+200 until end of turn. Banish another Resonator. Target J Resonator gains -200/-200. Not bad. Enter. Your opponent discards a card. As long as your opponent has 2 or less cards in hand, this card gains +400/+400. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And now I got to look up drain before I do the next video. Okay, so there is your Lucifer Lich starter deck. And I'm getting a little faster as I go.